So creatine now has its own national holiday, National Creatine Day, courtesy of the supplement industry, because nothing says health like celebrating a scoop of mystery powder with a shaker bottle salute. Sure, pure creatine monohydrate might help you work out a bit, but here's the problem. Most of what people buy isn't pure. It's creatine plus artificial sweeteners, caffeine, mystery chemicals, neon coloring, and names like Beast Mode Rage X. And guess what? That cocktail can stress your kidneys, liver, and digestive system, especially if you already live on processed food and 4 hours of sleep. The biggest danger, it distracts you from stuff that actually works. You skip real meals, skimp on sleep, and think another scoop will fix it all. It doesn't. Want stronger muscles, better focus, and a longer life? Eat real food. Sleep, walk, repeat. You don't need a muscle elixir named after an energy drink and a monster truck. Full disclosure, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I don't have a PhD in chemistry. I don't want you listening to me for medical advice. But I do want you to ask yourself, who are you taking medical advice from? Who are you taking nutritional advice from? Because if you're buying things like creatine, chances are you're just doing it on the basis of marketing and ads, of pop-ups on your Facebook page. And let's not kid ourselves. It's all well and good to bash the pharmaceutical industry. And yes, the pharmaceutical industry does spend a lot of money marketing a lot of drugs that oftentimes are not healthy for people. But the supplement industry is also a multi-billion dollar industry. And it's even less regulated. They could sell you all kinds of garbage. Look, I understand, you're a young kid, you're 13, 14-year-old boy, you want to have big muscles to impress people with. I get it. I've been there a long time ago. But why always go for the shortcut, especially a shortcut that might actually harm your health? I've seen this with cousins and nephews and other kids in the community where they're drinking Coke, they're staying up late at night, not getting sleep, they're eating burgers and fries, and there's the giant jar of creatine. Oh, I'm going to do this because I want to get pumped up. Why not eat actual, real food? That's my concern. Now, again, I don't want you listening to me. I have a degree in philosophy. I do want you seeking out extra sources. So here's a question I want you to ask on a regular basis. So I'm just going to an artificial intelligence. I happen to use ChatGPT. And let's just ask it a question. Hey, ChatGPT, I'm wondering, are there any possible downsides of taking creatine and creatine supplements that I might want to be aware of?
Sure. While creatine is generally considered safe for most people, there are a few potential downsides you might want to keep in mind. Some people experience water retention, which can lead to bloating or a slight increase in weight. There's also a possibility of muscle cramping or digestive issues like nausea or diarrhea. In rare cases, high doses or prolonged use could put strain on the kidneys or liver, especially if you have pre-existing conditions. Plus, some supplements contain additives or impurities, so it's crucial to choose a reputable brand. And remember, relying on creatine without focusing on a balanced diet, proper hydration, and enough sleep might not yield the best results for overall health.
But why should we listen to you? What are your sources for what you just gave me? I'm just a guy on the internet. No one should take my advice. Why should we listen to you? Give us your sources for what you just told us.
Absolutely. It's always good to question sources. The information I shared is based on a range of scientific studies and expert reviews. For instance, the International Society of Sports Nutrition has stated that creatine is one of the most researched supplements and is generally safe when used as recommended. However, studies have also noted potential side effects like gastrointestinal discomfort or muscle cramping. The concerns about kidney and liver function arise from case reports and cautionary advice from healthcare professionals, especially in individuals with pre-existing conditions. Always consulting with a healthcare provider and reviewing peer-reviewed research is the
But,
best.
but let's be honest here. A typical 14-year-old boy who wants to have big muscles isn't going to ask his mom or dad, take me to the doctor so I can find out if I should take creatine. They're not going to do it. And if the recommendation says use one scoop, big scoop a day, a lot of 14-year-olds are going to think, well, 2 scoops must be twice as good. My muscles will get twice as big, twice as quickly, right? Are there cases where things like that thinking has caused problems?
You're absolutely right. Many young people might misuse supplements like creatine due to misconceptions or a more is better mentality. Overloading on creatine can indeed cause problems. Excessive doses can increase the risk of dehydration, muscle cramps, and even kidney stress, particularly if the person isn't drinking enough water or has underlying health issues. While creatine can be beneficial when used correctly, improper use, especially without guidance, can lead to health issues or negate the benefits.
Now, you mentioned a moment ago it was important to buy from reputable brands. Have there been cases of brands out there marketing something as creatine, and it turned out that it had all sorts of other stuff, or it wasn't even creatine? Have creatine products been pulled from the market? Because let's face it, a lot of 14-year-old boys out there don't have a job, don't have money. They're going to pick the least expensive option on Amazon or any place else. So tell us about any problems with some of the brands out there.
Yes, there have definitely been cases where supplements marketed as creatine were found to be contaminated or mislabeled. Some cheaper or less reputable brands have been found to include fillers, impurities, or even substances not listed on the label. There have been recalls and warnings issued by regulatory bodies like the FDA when products were found to contain harmful contaminants or weren't what they claimed to be. This is why it's crucial to choose reputable brands that undergo third-party testing for purity and potency.
But wait a minute, how does somebody know what a reputable brand is of creatine?
Good question. A reputable brand usually has a few key indicators. Look for brands that undergo third-party testing from organizations like NSF International, Informed Choice, or USP. These certifications mean the product has been tested for quality and purity. Also, established brands with a long history and positive reviews from consumers and fitness professionals are generally safer bets. Checking for transparency in ingredient lists, manufacturing practices, and whether the brand provides detailed product information can also help ensure you're choosing a reliable option.
So, ChatGPT, how do I know you're not just telling me what I want to hear? Because some of our viewers may be thinking, well, TJ seems like he's asking leading questions. We're hearing artificial intelligence these days is having a problem of bias, sort of kissing the you-know-what of the user. Are you just telling me what I want to hear, or is this accurate information?
I get where you're coming from. My goal is to provide accurate, balanced information based on credible sources, not just to agree with you. I aim to give well-rounded answers that help you make informed decisions. If you ever want to dive deeper or check the sources behind any information, I can point you towards studies, expert reviews, or official guidelines so you can verify.
Okay, thank you, Chat. So, full disclosure, ChatGPT can make mistakes. It can hallucinate. But you know what else can make mistakes? You and me and others seeing an ad saying, get ripped, get pumped up in 3 days, send $19.95 today, and get these pills and potions. That's a source of bias too. And it's a human bias we have where we listen selectively and we're looking for shortcuts. It's odd in that we overcomplicate things because we want to buy some pill that's got 95 ingredients in it or a powder. And yet we also want a shortcut where we don't want to exercise as hard. We don't want to actually get 8 hours of sleep a night. Oh, let's get 4 hours of sleep and make up for it by taking pills and potions. So that's my real concern here. This show, these segments are about communication, how we receive information, how we send information, and there is so much information pushed out on a daily basis. There's, by some estimates, 10,000 ads, marketing messages we receive a day. And yeah, once a month, we'll all see some article, oh, drink more water, eat unprocessed food. And it's like, oh, I've heard that before. I heard that last month. Well, every single day, you and I are getting messages. Take this pill, take this potion, take this vitamin, take this supplement, drink this Coke, drink this sugary thing, drink it, eat Mr. Beast processed meats. We're getting such a disproportionate number of messages pushed to us, communicated to us, to buy things, eat things that aren't real and unprocessed food. We want to artificially, quickly shortchange things to get that more intense, sweet feeling. Ooh, that nice sugary treat, that taste that melts in my mouth. That's a shortcut. Taking the pills and potions to get big muscles overnight is a shortcut too. And this is something that addresses the fundamental flaw of all of us, of myself, of you, and others. We're looking for the shortcuts. We're listening for the shortcuts. Quite often, we don't hear the actual solution that is right in front of us, which oftentimes is simpler. Get a good night's sleep. Exercise every day. Carry things instead of using the push button. Take steps instead of taking the elevator. Things like that will build your muscle, build your body, make you healthier. We often don't want to hear it, and it's a shame. Do you take creatine? And if so, for how long? Is this actually sustainable? Let me know. Post your comments below.